Hey guys, I'm Dean Ash. Today we have a special show for you, a show that interests both men and women, pole fitness. Alex Grimshaw.
Hello, hi, how are you doing?
Thank you for joining us. Guys, this show is quite different. A lot of people are interested in it, and something that can be used for many disciplines, regardless of what type of sport you do. Alex, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do and about the sport.
Yeah, so my name's Alex. I own a pole studio in Ealing. It's called the Ealing Pole Studio. And we run classes for any age from 18 up all the way through to, I've got a couple of 70, 80-year-old men, women. We're available to everyone. We focus on the pole fitness side. So pole dance was originally made in strip clubs. It was, and that's where it came from. That's where it originated from. And it's evolved. Some, Russian gymnasts came along and they said, why not? Let's try a flip on this. And it turned into a gymnastic fitness regime, I guess. So I run the studio, I run classes, and we've developed it into a sport and a body weight exercise that benefits everybody, from people who don't move, people who sit at desks all day, right the way up to people who are in the gym every single day.
Guys, this applies to everyone, as you hear, so stick around and enjoy this session with us. With the pole industry and with some of the moves you'll see Alex doing today, you'll notice it's not just a body part workout. It's not training just legs, just back, just arms. You touch on the whole body. Alex, fill me in on what?
Yeah, so your core elements that you'll be using are your shoulders and your abdominals are the two most strong and the most stable. If you think traditional gym pull-ups is probably one of the closest things you'll get to it. And then pikes or V-sits for your abs. So if you was to do an inversion, which I'll show you later, you're using your shoulders to pull yourself up, and then you're using your abdominals to tuck your tailbone under and get your legs to your face. However, that would just be the entry into the move that we're going to do. So you would then do a knee hang. Again, we'll see later, where you'll be using your knee. So you'll be using your inner thighs to hold you onto the pole. You'll be using your strength of the full leg to support you, as well as your back to hold the position. So it's about anchor points, grip points, your hands, your legs, which is actually why we wear so little clothing. You have your skin out so that you can grip onto the pole.
So guys, this will look a lot easier than it actually is, but yeah.
I'll show you a knee hang. So we're going to look at an outside leg hang, putting together all of the components we talked about earlier, using your shoulders to hold you there, using your abdominals to get you up, and then using your leg to keep you in position. So the first thing we need to do is an invert. Similar to a handstand in that your head goes below your bum. Inverting on a pole is just the other way around. So your head will go back, your bum will go up. So I'm going to use my arms to hold me there. So I'm using my shoulders. I'm then going to use my abs to tuck my tailbone under and lift my legs above my head. So I'm here, I'll lift up. I'm then going to use my knee and my leg to squeeze into the pole. So I'm using the strength of my leg to hold me there. I'm then using my back to keep the position in my body so I can let go of my hands. And then to get down, hands come back on, controlling with the shoulders to pull up, and then you're done.
So Alex, the next funky move, what are we doing?
So we're going to do a combo on spinny poles. So we've changed the pole from static to spinning, which means we can hold moves longer and the pole will move. So when you see stuff on YouTube of people holding things forever and you're like, how are they doing that? Chances are the pole is spinning. So we're going to do a combo using that. We're going to do a shoulder mount up, which is an inversion, and you're using your shoulder to pull in the pole and you'll end up in a straddle. From there we'll take it to a jade split, which is a horizontal split, crotch towards the ceiling. We will then take it into a broken doll, which is a leg hang. So discussing the leg hang earlier, where you use your leg. And it's into a twisted leg hang, so I have the opposite hand down. And then lastly we'll finish in a gilegra, which is a mix between the leg hang and that jade, that flat split that we did earlier. So it's another flat split, just with a different body position.
Guys, I would demonstrate, but I've got a slight slight bruise on the inside of my groin at the moment. So Alex, for the next move, I believe we've got a stationary pole.
Yes.
And it looks a lot easier than it actually is.
Yeah, so we're going to do a spatchcock. It was actually a move created by someone called Felix Kane, who is a little bit like the mother of pole dancing. She's the reason that pole dancing is what it is today. And it's a straddle, so it's an extreme straddle, where your legs are behind the pole and your body is in front of the pole. So if you think about a normal pancake, your head is past your legs. And we're going to do a handspring into it. So either a deadlift or a kick. If you think human flag into extreme straddle. Yeah.
Human flag. Everybody's familiar with human flag.
Human flag.
Everybody wants to do a human flag, but not everybody's capable. Good luck. So guys, I brought in a pair of my favourite high heels to see if Alex approves. Alex, tell me a couple of things. I see you using chalk all the time, the way you dress, these shoes.
Yeah, so these shoes, they're called pleasers, and they're...
Pleasers,
yeah, that's the company, and they're traditional stripper shoes. So these are the kind of shoes that you'll wear if you work in a strip club. And because of the background of pole, dancing and wearing heels is a massive factor. They're really heavy. Imagine trying to lift that as you're lifting your body weight. So it is harder, and it also is a different form of movement. So there's lots of body ripples, which needs agility, which needs mobility, which you don't necessarily get from strict pole fitness. It's very linear. So learning to dance with something like heels is really important just for your ability to move in different ways. It's the same as only doing pull-ups in the gym or learning how to move through them. And in terms of grip, so the pole is made from chrome. You can get other stuff, you can get brass. In Australia, they love brass because it's hotter out there, it's better to stick. And you use your skin to stick. So this is why we wear shorts. These are actually quite large shorts for me, if I'm going to be honest. And you use the inside thigh to stick, you use your hands, you use your elbows, you use your shoulder. And a lot of the time it can get sweaty. We get sweaty as human beings, right? So a traditional thing to use would be something like liquid chalk, which is a liquid version of that powder that you get in gyms. I'm not a massive fan of this. It does reduce sweat, but it doesn't help with grip. So this is kind of the poler's go-to. This is called dry hands. They don't pay me for this, we're going to have issues. It's really great, so it gets rid of sweat, and it's also a grip aid. So this has slightly less white on it as well. Chalk leaves you white and you end up with like white lines all the way down your body. So grip aid is really important. Learning where it's from and how to move through your body with stuff like heels and dance is just as important as getting strong and fit and being able to do moves.
So guys, we've got stretch removers, we've got pleasers. I mean, what more can I say? This is a beautiful sport. I want to become part of it. Alex, what's the next move?
The next move, we are going to do some leg switches called a catapult. So we're going to go from an outside leg to an inside leg. And then I think we will finish with a brass monkey, which is another form of a leg hang, but the other way around.
Guys, get your pleasers on, rock and roll. So, final movement for the day.
Final movement. We're going back to spinny pole. We'll start with a pencil spin. So a spin where you're holding your body weight. We'll then take it into some sits. So we'll do a straight leg sit. We'll do something called a Hello Boys or a Violator, genuinely its name, I didn't make that up. And then we'll do a tuck at the end. So sit, slightly more intermediate based stuff.
Hello boys, coming up. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this demonstration and show and fitness journey as much as I did. Certainly learned a lot and realised it's more to it than just anything sexual related. Very, very powerful stuff going on here today. Alex, that was incredible.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. I had a great evening. Thank you.
Guys, this sport applies to any person, not anywhere specific, not women, men, women, of all disciplines. Yeah, I would certainly give it a bash. It can only benefit you in the journey you're taking at the moment. So, all the best, Alex.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Stay tuned, guys. Thank you.